10 fantastic animes you need to see right now. Want to watch the best anime? We've spent all of 2021 scouring the likes of Netflix, Crunchyroll, Funimation, and more to construct our list of the best anime shows. Our experts have each selected different types of shows that they like to help keep our list as varied as possible, and we regularly update the page to include new anime you might want to check out. Anime has really never been bigger, and there are so many ways to enjoy it now. Netflix produces its own anime, while Funimation and Crunchyroll, which now share an owner, offer deep libraries of series to enjoy. With such a large variety of styles and genres at hand, there's something here for everyone. Number 1. Demon Slayer. Now available on Netflix, no best anime list can surely be complete in 2021 without mentioning the biggest shonen anime of the moment. While its slick action is reminiscent of the best moments of shows like Naruto, Demon Slayer stands out for how genuinely nail-biting it is. When his entire family is killed by demons, everything changes for Tanjiro Kamado, a young man living in Taisho-era Japan. His sister, Nezuko, seemingly survives, but transforms into a demon herself. Holding on to her humanity, Nezuko refrains from attacking Tanjiro, giving him hope for a cure. In order to find one, there's nothing for it other than to become a demon slayer. The plot isn't deep, but the sibling bond between Tanjiro and Nezuko gives the whole series a strong backbone. Number 2. One Piece. It's almost impossible to have so much as a passing interest in anime and not come across One Piece. It's based on the best-selling manga of all time worldwide. It's been around for decades and it's not even finished. All in all, it's a pretty daunting affair, but also a testament to author Eiichiro Oda's creation. At the heart of it, the saga of Monkey D. Luffy, who plans to take up the mantle of the Pirate King and find the legendary treasure One Piece, is quite simple. But Oda built a fantastic world around it, and takes his sweet time introducing you to all of his facets. Luffy builds a crew of characters who go through thick and thin together. He grows stronger in body and mind, and he forms alliances with just as many characters as he makes enemies of. Whether it's magical fruit that gives superpowers, merfolk, or world-spanning war, One Piece truly has it all, and just by looking at its art of Luffy and his friends, you wouldn't fathom the depth One Piece hides. Yes, it is a lot to get into in 2021, but this show is super popular for more than one good reason. Number 3. Barakkaman. Barakkaman promotes rural living, the idea that out in the countryside, people still form real bonds and agree to become part of a community. However, that isn't the reason Seishu Honda moves from Tokyo to a remote little Japanese island, where flights only land every couple of weeks. A promising calligrapher, Honda's star was on the rise until he assaulted a critic. Now his reputation is in tatters and he suffers from severe art block, both problems a getaway should solve. The minute he arrives, Honda realizes none of the villagers are planning to let him do his work in peace, especially not the small Naru, a bundle of energy who's made Honda her new playmate. Throughout the series, their bond grows and Honda learns important things about himself and how to let go of his fears and ambitions for long enough to create art with a lasting impact. Number 4. Violet Evergarden. One of Netflix's first big anime, Violet Evergarden built a completely new world with its continent of Telesis. Here, two nations have been at war for years. When it comes to an end, a war doll is left behind. Violet Evergarden, an android who was built for the conflict, but started to develop feelings. Now that the war is over, she has to find a new purpose and starts work for a postal company that also offers to have its employees essentially ghost write letters for their customers. These letters are emotional affairs, and they often are emotions Violet is completely unfamiliar with. So, she has to first listen to and understand her clients' problems before she can help them with the process of healing emotionally. This isn't a light and fun series. It's about the difficulty of facing up to emotions properly and getting closure. Number 5. KAZE ga TSUYOKU FUITEIRU. Run with the Wind. Any good sports anime will leave you wired with tension, glued to each play and each moment of team bonding. Long-distance track racing, however, is not necessarily a sport that makes people dizzy with adrenaline, and so production IGA studio that really knows their sports. Their other sports anime include Haikyuu, Diamond no Ace, and Kuroko no Basket. Takes things down a notch. Meet Kakeru, a former ace runner, who lost his friends and his club due to an altercation in high school. Now a university student, he gets invited to a downtrodden dormitory. It turns out that the dorm houses the involuntary members of a running club, all roped in by Haiji Kiyose, who wants them to participate in the Hakone Ekiden, the most prestigious university relay race in all of Japan. It's a ridiculous plan, but the series takes you all the way from a group of young men refusing to even entertain the idea, to reluctant training, and finally the race. But before we continue with 10 fantastic anime you need to see right now, subscribe to our channel, Curious Atmosphere, so that you don't miss out on any future updates. Number 6. Pokémon. If you've never watched Pokémon before, you may not want to binge watch the whole thing from the beginning, but watching it is something you should do, and not just for nostalgic reasons. The Pokémon anime didn't just take the world by storm by being a clever marketing tool for a video game series. It's genuinely wholesome entertainment. It defined a whole genre of shows, all centered around young protagonists making fantastic friends, helping out where they can, and of course, duking it out in Pokémon tournaments. Sure, Pokémon is a kids' show, but the values it presents are enduring. Besides, the animation quality is really good, and the seemingly never-ending variety of small monsters is a feat in itself. Number 7. Your Lie in April. Shigatsu wa Kimi na Uso. KAZE is a young piano prodigy, but his mother's death results in a breakdown so profound that he can no longer play. Mired in depression, there doesn't seem to be anything he enjoys. One day, his friends manage to drag him to a local violin competition, where he listens to Kaori, a young girl with a captivating personality, who is eventually able to break him out of his rut. But Kaori isn't without her own problems. Your Lie in April is a highly emotional story about depression, love, and illness, rather than Kaori being a manic pixie dream girl that exists for KAZE's benefit, though their relationship is characterized by its give-and-take dynamic. It's a story about living life to its fullest and trying to let go of regrets without making light of how truly difficult things can get. Number 8. Attack on Titan. Most anime fans have already seen or at least heard of Attack on Titan. Given that it's one of the most popular anime series in recent years, it would be a pity to miss out on this cultural phenomenon. Set in a post-apocalyptic civilization, humanity must hide behind walled cities to protect themselves from giant, flesh-eating titans. This is an incredible series with amazing world building, clever plot twists, and impressive action. Number 9. Death Parade. A show of just 12 episodes, Death Parade feels like something like a Satoshi Kon movie. Two people enter a mysterious bar through a lift with no idea of how they ended up there, and have to play bar games to the death, as bartender Decim looks on, utterly unmoved. But Chioki, Decim's new female assistant, is much more empathetic. Can she stop the inexplicable torture? Death Parade is built on a novel and compelling idea, and it features great animation and offers an examination of a new character story within each episode. It's emotional, sometimes shocking, and very memorable. Number 10. CHIHAYAFURU. A good sports anime makes you a fan of its plot, characters, and the sport to boot. Yes, games like Go and Shogi are sports, and that makes CHIHAYAFURU a show about a card game a sport. It certainly carries the same passion. The card game in question is called Karuta, and it's all about memorizing poems. If you think that doesn't sound particularly engrossing, that's the magic of the show. It knows it has a lot of lifting to do to explain a relatively obscure game to its characters and viewers. CHIHAYAFURU manages to show the appeal of Karuta via its no-nonsense heroine, Chihaya, who, once she enjoys something, stands up for it. It also presents Karuta in a way that really makes you wonder how this game of all things could work that well in an anime. Sure, it's all a bit niche, But that's the great thing. Here you're introduced to a part of Japanese culture you might otherwise miss out on completely. Based on what we think is worthy, subscribe to our channel Curious Atmosphere so that you don't miss out on any future updates. If you have more about it, please feel free to share them with us. Share them in the comments below and wait for our interesting topics coming soon. If you think they deserve to be on this list, share your opinion in the comments below.